Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Valheim. We're back here in my creative world here, where I've now got 60 mods installed. Uh, I found a few new ones that give me a few more pieces to play with and build with. So yeah, when I open up my hammer here, we take a look at it. I've got all these categories here. And so I spent the morning looking for new mods, which give me these new pieces, the elven wood pieces, and also crystal lights. And there were a few others that are mixed in with all of these. Uh, so in crafting, I've now got 91 pieces in here. Miscellaneous, we've got 89. And furniture, we've got 75. Heavy build, mainly just stone, a little bit of metal. The biggest one is, of course, the building. Even though I can scroll through this because I've got Sears catalog mod on here, even if I scroll all the way down, I've still got to grab this whole thing and drag it up in order to see the pieces down here at the bottom. So that's a little bit frustrating. And then, of course, this one top row is just above the panel here. But you know what? Uh, if I tweak it anymore, it's not going to work right and not going to look very good, because I can adjust the number of columns across, which adjusts this area down here, but not this up here. All of these up here won't change, but this down here will. So if I adjust the columns across here, they're currently at 18. I can adjust it up to 26, and then the number of rows going up and down, uh, I can adjust. I've got that maxed out at 14. So, you know what? I can live with this right now. It's not that bad. So, I created a new character for my creative world here. This is Jarl. Um, Currently, you can see he's wearing some really nice armor here. He's got a flametal helmet and a breastplate of ask, eater weave trousers, and the belt of Vidar for utility there, which gives him 300 extra strength for carrying, which is why my carry weight is 661 at the moment. Currently carrying 383 of that on me here. Okay, 82 armor with what I've got on. This thing here works with uh, the jewel crafting. So, yeah, as my magic and that goes up, uh, that will tell me how much magical ability I've got. Oh, and of course it's raining. Yeah, you would have to rain on me, wouldn't you? Nah. How am I supposed to build anything when it's pouring rain? But one other little addition, which is not in the game, it's actually here on my desk. He resides just over there by my clock, and that is this little guy right here. This is little William. He is a Highland cow that I 3D printed, and he sits on my desk and watches me while I play games and watch videos and stuff. So, yeah, I thought I'd call him Little William because, he's a Scottish Highland cow. Get the reference? uh, so I was trying to figure out why it was I had new trees and stuff in here. Uh, because I hadn't seen them in the game before, and I thought maybe it was a patch. And then this morning, as I was downloading stuff and tweaking a few of the mods, I realized, oh, right, I downloaded a mod that adds uh, new stuff into the game, new trees and plants and stuff. So this tree right here, you won't see that in the vanilla game. That comes with mod that I've got. And this is a willow tree. And that is a little willow sapling over there. Uh, Kind of a nice addition to the game. I like them. They're a nice looking tree. And so this is the spot that I have picked right here. So we've got a little inland lake here. The ocean's out here behind me. And then we've got this little inland lake that's got a little river that runs over here that doesn't quite make it to the ocean. That's that little river over there. So I was trying to figure out all morning exactly what I was going to build in here. And I ran across this area and it clicked something up here. And I thought, you know what? The only place that you can build, if you want to put in a moat around anything, you've got to be down close to water level here. Because you can't create water, you know, like say up at the top of that hill, you can't get any, you can't make a pond or anything up there because all the water is on one level here. So what I'm thinking of doing is down here, I am going to make a Motte and Bailey type castle. The motte is going to be right there, up at the top. So it's going to be at the top of the hill. And then everything else, I'll keep that little stream that's running back there, but I'm going to bring it around over here and back to my little lake there, because there is a little puddle right here. So I can bring it from here. I've just got to dig down here and bring it right over to where the lake is here, join it up here, and then I'll have a moat completely around my Motte and Bailey. Thing is, I gotta build it. And yeah, my stamina is going down. So let's take care of that. We're gonna hit F5. God, enter. There we go. No more stamina. Don't have to worry about that while I'm in this world. Of course, in the playthrough, instead of running 60 mods, I'm only running probably about, I think it's 26 in there. So yeah, why I was kind of wondering, these trees are present here in this world because of that one mod that I've got turned on in here, but I have that mod turned off over in my playthrough. That's why I don't see those trees. And there are a few other trees in here that I don't see in my playthrough, because they're such a nice tree. Not sure. I think they probably just give me regular wood. I haven't cut one down yet. But I figure those will either give me regular wood or fine wood. I don't know. Trying to find a starting spot for where I'm going to put the motte. And it's probably going to be right here, which means I'm going to have to take out a couple of these trees. So one thing, with the hoe, I do have a mod on here that adds all of this stuff. So I can tame creatures, I can delete stuff out of here, make slopes, reset the terrain back to vanilla, do a whole bunch of different paving options. So let's go to remove, and I can of course shrink and expand this area if I want. So I can get rid of like a whole bunch of stuff. Anything that's inside that circle is going to get deleted. And of course you can change that from circle to square to rectangle. I like the circle one because the square and the rectangle one, they run off the compass points north, south, east, west, and I can't turn them. So I just go with the circle one and delete stuff as I need to. So there goes that tree and those trees. And we're just going to get rid of a couple here because the top of the motte is going to be here. So it gets rid of tree stumps, rocks, animals, you name it, it gets rid of it. Just deletes it completely out of the game. I get rid of a few rocks down here. There was a boar wandering around up here. See that bird? Boop! Bird gone. Oh, there's a boar way over there. Oh, look, a deer. Hello, deer. How are you? So, even though I have got... I'm in God mode, and I've got a mod called... I've got passive creatures turned on. Deer are already passive creatures. So, the boars don't see me. Neither do any of the other aggressive creatures. Deer are not aggressive creatures. I wander down here. They see me, they run away. Because they're a passive creature. Although, you know, over in my playthrough, one of them, I happened to walk up behind it. And I managed to punch it 2 or 3 times, which brought its health down. It ran away, and then for whatever reason, turned around and ran straight back at me. So I punched it in the nose and dropped it. And I got some deer skin out of it, I got some meat out of it, and a trophy. So their behavior when they get scared should probably be changed, honestly. See, he's coming back. I could literally walk up there and punch him in the nose. He ran right at me. And then he turns around, runs away. And, yeah. So erratic. Alright, so I'm thinking the motte will begin right here on this little mound that I'm standing on. Which means I've got to flatten some ground around here. So, yeah, let's get into what a motte and bailey looks like. So basically a hill with a kind of tower castle sitting on top of it, and then you've got stairs coming down one side. You put a moat around the whole thing. Down at the bottom of the hill on one side, you put in an enclosure down there, and then you have all of your outbuildings down there. So you've got stables, barracks, you've got your smith down there, all the stuff you need to service your motte for when there are people in the motte. And when you come under siege, all the people that are down in the lower part, you've got a drawbridge across the moat down at the bottom, and you can lift that drawbridge, and if they manage to get through that and into the lower part, everybody from the lower part goes up the stairs, and you've got a drawbridge on that as well. And they can go up into the motte and defend it from up there. And you've usually got some nice steep sides on that hill that the motte is sitting on, so it's pretty easy to defend. Ah! It stopped raining. Excellent. Well, I do have a mod on here that stops time. It's always noon here in my creative world. Look, dear, go away. I'm about to change the landscape. You're not going to like it. Oh, look. a neck down there, and a crow. Crows are nice. I like them. Okay, so I'm going to stand my guy right here. We're going to take out our hoe. You take a look in here. I do have a flametal pickaxe. Apparently that's a thing now. You got a regular pickaxe, bone, stone, iron, and now a flametal one. Uh, I've got a black metal axe, and we've got down here a black metal hoe and cultivator. So the options that I get with this hoe, I get all these. I do not get that with the black metal hoe. All I get is the regular ones. There's nothing over here. I can't do anything else with it. Food 5. Really? Kind of strange, but alright, whatever. Okay, so let's go to level ground. And I'm going to stand my guy right at the top here. Are you there? Yep, right here. And we're just going to aim down. And so if I hold left shift, it will, everything inside the circle will flatten out at my height. So we just go click, and there we go. We've now flattened out this whole area at the height that I was standing at. And this can be the motte. How are we looking here? All right, let's go right there. And you know what? Let's raise the terrain. We're going to keep that and just raise it up. Click on that a couple of times and then put our hoe away, and there. We've managed to raise that up a bit. Cool. So nobody would be able to jump up that. But then, of course, a giant or a troll could come along. He's pretty tall. He could reach this. All right. Let's raise this up a couple more. There we go. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good there. Troll would still be able to get up here, but not going to worry about it too much. So the slopes are pretty steep here, but over here on this side is where I'm going to make a ramp. So again, we're going to use the hoe, and we're going to use slope. And we're going to make it that wide. I can change it to circle, square, rectangle. Let's go with circle. We'll make it that wide. And I'm going to stand right here. And we're going to go there. Click that. And there we go. We now have a slope down here. So we're going to need to put some stairs in here, of course. You know what? It almost bothers me that I've got this spot on either side right here. Look, crow, go away. But you know what? I'm going to leave it. The birds refuse to go away. Okay, so gonna need to go down here. So everything for the Bailey is going to be down here. So now I've got to make the moat around here. So what I'm going to do is just kind of put my guy right here. We're going to go hit B, go into build mode, which, hey, oh, right. My bad. need to go into crafting, and I need to put a workbench right there. Then I can go back to here and hit B, because it only works if I've got a crafting bench out there. Okay, let's go to level ground and widen that a little bit, and we're going to go down to this level. Nope. Actually, you know what? Let's see. That doesn't work for me. That almost works for me. Okay. So we're just going to flatten this out, and we're going to make a moat all the way around here. This is going to take a minute. So I kind of want to keep at the same level, which is why if I put that right there, it levels that out right there. But if I stay within uh, stay here where I've got stuff in there. Okay, I'm going to need to remove that tree. And then let's go back to level. And we're going to keep going back this way, because I kind of want to keep that a big area around there. And we're just going to slowly work our way back this way. Go back to remove, get rid of them. Yeah. Level again. And we just got to keep clicking all the way along here. And I'm probably going to run out of space at some point. Get rid of them. So, yep, let's head this way. We're going to get rid of trees and rocks around here because reasons. I'm going to try and keep this relatively close to here. Those trees can stay. I'll get rid of these. And I'm going to get rid of those. And that tree. And you, go away. And we'll get rid of you and that. Okay, so it's going to come around here. Now we got to go. Probably need to reposition my guy now. So let's take out the workbench. Let's go position it here. Put my guy right beside it. Switch back to my hoe, turn on the camera, and let's go that way. Hang on. Okay. Kind of looks like I'm wandering off this way. I need to go this way around that. Excuse me. And meet back up with my little stream and then bring that here. So we need to make a left turn, Clyde, and bring it around that way. Okay. And, level. Yep, we're going to come this way. I'll come back and delete some of that out of there. Now we got to go this way. Okay, why is the water level going down? I tried to keep the water level the same. Okay, the water level has pretty much stayed the same. It's just the ground level. Ah. The ground is refusing to cooperate. Right. So further inland we go, the less it wants to cooperate. So that kind of sucks. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, it's going to come around this way. Let's see if I can bring this one around. Hopefully. Can't see what I'm doing. All right, it's kind of letting me here. Okay. So I just got to slowly take this and bring it around. I think I was going just a little too fast for it. Yeah, it won't let me bring this down. Nope. Okay. So we're not going to be able to get a complete moat around here. Yeah, it's not going to let me. So hit that spot. And it doesn't like that spot right there. So we're going to have a bit of a dry moat back there. That's okay. We'll just go over here and we'll continue. Whoa, not what I wanted. Gotta remember to take it a little slow. This thing, it only works so fast, and I kind of wish I could just click here and drag and have it, uh, flatten the area as I run along, which is really kind of funny. It'll do that for pathing, but it won't do it for flattening. Okay, let's go. Let's flatten out some ground here a bit. Okay, now the entrance to this place is going to be right over here. So let's go like that. And then let's flatten out some terrain over here. Yeah, no, that won't work. Never mind. I gotta take my guy over there. No! I need to slope that, flatten this. Okay. Now, need to come over here, and we need to go shift. And we're going to make it the same height as my character at the moment. That way, actually I can leave that there. Let's go back to the circle. Let's go flatten that. We're just going to smooth out the terrain. a little, if I can. Um, yeah, we'll just go back that way a little. And let's go Alt, and let's go smooth this out. Unfortunately, Alt is also run on my keypad, which really kind of sucks. All right, smooth that down a bit. Let's get rid of a few rocks around here. Let's get rid of that guy. And then let's go back to this for a second. And smooth off a little more terrain there. And there we go. So that kind of leads into here. Although I could, I guess, flatten this right through there. Yeah, I can do that. Let's go. Screw it. We're just going to flatten an area. Right through here. Invalid placement. Really? Okay. There we go. And we'll go like that. Switch to that. Get rid of them. Oop. That. There we go. And go back to this for a second. Get rid of them. This is going to be my roadway. So I'm going to just put my guy all the way down here, and we're going to go back to this. And smooth all of that out right there. All right. So now I can build a drawbridge across here, which I have. Ha ha ha. Let's go into here. It's in here. I just gotta find it. That's always the fun part. No, it's not in the Valkia. Doors? Yeah, drawbridges. Right here. Okay. So we've got the Circling drawbridge. We've got that Circling drawbridge. We've got some big gates. Let's go with this one. Let's put it... Oh, is that even going to work? Put that right there. Doesn't quite reach. Okay. All right, let's take it out. Let's go back a bit. Okay. Let's go to building. I'm going to just put in a wood pole approximately where it comes down. Nope. Okay, so let's put a pole right in the middle. Hop out of the water here if I can. There we go. Destroy that. Get back up here. Destroy that. Go back to the doors. And we'll put it here, maybe? Not quite. Okay, we need to go a little closer in. Oh, not that close. That close? That is so close. Okay. That's not bad. Okay. And let's flip this one around. Let's put it here. And okay, so the mod I've got on here for opening and closing doors works on the gates too, unfortunately. I can manually open a gate. Maybe I'll do that. I'm just going to manually open these gates. Yeah, they don't quite meet. Okay. So I bring them in a little bit more. Bring that one to about there. And bring this one to about here. Just get up there close enough that we can open that gate. And then run back over here. Go for a little dip. And open. All right, let's open that gate. Oh, why are they on different levels? Oh. Okay. This is a process. Okay, so because I manually opened this gate, left shift plus E to enable auto open and close. I don't want auto open and close on that. Okay, we're going to destroy that, switch over to our hammer, go back to square mode, and we're going to do shift. And we're just going to go like that. Go back to this, spin it around, and try and place this right there. Relatively the same height. I like it. We just need alignment. So it needs to shift just a tiny bit to one side. Wow. That's not bad. Okay. So we now have our drawbridge going over there. Fantastic. So now this whole area down here, I got to flatten out a lot of this down here. And I want to bring it down to a slightly lower level. So maybe to about here. I need to smooth this out over here, or maybe just make a ramp over here that leads into the enclosure. Don't recognize that bird. Who are you? What are you? You're not a crow. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I need to flatten out some of this area down here. And then we need to put in, so I've got that little bit of area back there, which is fine. I can leave that. I'll flatten from about here, and we'll flatten out this whole area around here, uh, leading up to this spot right here. And I'll flatten all this, bring it around this way, probably up to around here. And that will be the Bailey area. And then we're going to have to put up palisades all around here, just because. You, my little friend, go away. I don't need necks wandering around inside my castle. So, the motte I need to make up there. I have a deer wandering around up there. Excuse me, deer. Go. Thank you. Of course, I'm not going to be able to prevent that until I actually build something up there and make it inaccessible for them. But down here at the bottom of this ramp, so I've got a bit of a flat spot right here, which is perfectly fine. Would you like me to get out of your way? Is that better? Nope. Still scared. All right. Go. Go, 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 go. Run. Come here. He was never going to leave. All right. So right around here, need to put a ditch in right here. Which means, actually, this ramp has to come down further. So if I make the Bailey at this level, that ramp has to come down further. Another deer. And then I've got to put a ditch around here and a drawbridge right there. Or not. You know. I could have this coming... Okay, let's say you come across the drawbridge. So the road comes from that way. It comes here. Leads up across the drawbridge, and then you go over this way. Come up a little bit, flatten out a spot here. Say we put a barracks over here somewhere, because that would be nice and close to the bridge, which would be our first line of defense, is that bridge. And then it comes over this way, up a little bit to, say, here. We flatten out an area here. We've got a couple of buildings there. And then we come up to here. And we flatten out around here a little bit. And all the way over to there. And then back here a little bit. And so we've got 3 tiers in the Bailey coming up to the motte. But we still need to put in the motte. Hi, dear. Come here. Thank you. You're gonna taste good later. Can I? No. Thought maybe I could get rid of that bush, but nope. So I can put palisades all along the edge right there. that whole area around here is fairly flat until you get to this spot and it starts to drop down. That's okay. When I flatten out this area here, I'm going to bring this around and maybe make it the same level all the way around here. And yeah, I'll do that. We've got that dry spot in our moat down there that I can't do anything about. It's too far away from the water source over here. Uh, yeah. Being able to make moats and stuff in here would be fantastic. I would absolutely love that. So this is not going to be a, if you look them up, this will not be a traditional motte and bailey. The bailey generally is on one level, and then the motte is just up on the hill. So my bailey is going to be coming in there, coming up a level to here, and then up a level to there, and then up another level to there, and then going up to the motte. So, yeah. And I have a pine tree in my moat right over there. Get out of my moat. We must remove that tree. Come here. Boop. There we go. Can't have trees growing in our moat. That log can, that stump can stay there. Yeah, not going to worry about it. Got a couple of boars running around on the other side over there, which is perfectly fine. We've got black forest right there. We've got meadows here and black forest over there. So we've got a nice little selection of meats and wood that we can use because we've got pine trees over there that we can get fine wood and regular wood from. You know what I'm going to do? Probably not, but I'll show you what I'm going to do. That one over there. We're going to go cut down a willow tree. This one right here. It's outside of my base. I just want to know what kind of wood I'm going to get from this willow tree. Am I going to get any fine wood? Is it all just going to be regular wood? I don't know. There we go. Huh. One log. That's all I got out of that? Come back here. Where do you think you're going? No, no. I got a chunk of forest moss, and we got some wood. Okay, so it's just regular wood out of those. Good to know. Alrighty then. Well, I think maybe I've rambled on long enough here. Got a fairly decent start and kind of a plan for the motte and bailey here. The motte, the bailey, the drawbridge, the road. Not a bad start. So, yeah, I'll work on this a little bit more. And again, depending on how work goes this week, I am going to try and come back on Wednesday. Excuse me. And try and have some more progress on the Motte and Bailey here, as well as the new playthrough that I'm doing. Yeah, I really should have made a second character for my creative world. Totally forgot that any achievements and materials and tools and stuff that I make in my creative world, if I'm using one character for both worlds, that stuff carries over. So the playthrough was just a little bit uh, contaminated by the creative world, and I had things over there that or things over in the creative world that I shouldn't have had in the playthrough world, and yeah, it kind of bugged me. So I fixed that now. We now have this guy for this world, and then we've got another guy for the other world, and I just got to remember to turn mods on and off between the worlds. I got to remember to turn all my mods on when I come into this world. Uh, so yeah, lots of things to remember. Uh, I will probably forget once or twice along the way and screw something up. It's kind of normal, but yeah. So I'm gonna get out of here. Uh, I've got one or two things to do around my apartment here. Get ready for work this week, and hopefully be back on Wednesday. So until next time, I'll catch you later.